In this video, I'm going to be making a game like Tower of Hell on Roblox. And so I think without any further ado, I'm just going to get started. So I'm going to be making two maps. I'm going to have it so it changes between the two and a data saving, as well as a countdown timer and a shop. So make sure you tune into the whole video to make sure you know how to make the entire game. So I think the first thing we're going to do is actually make the maps. So I'm not going to spend the whole video making a map, so I actually have two maps on me. Okay, these are the two maps. They look very similar, but I'm not, the point of this isn't that I build, is that I teach you guys how to script. So just make sure these two maps are the same kind of size. I haven't added walls, but that's completely fine. You can add your own walls. I'm going to just make sure they're both in the middle of this base plate. That's just me, guys, to be fair. You don't have to do that. I've added a spawn locator. I'm just gonna make sure one is okay. You can add one here. I have one in this thing, but I'll add another one. This way they'll definitely spawn here. You want to get these maps and you just want to make sure inside them is a spawn locator. And another thing is at the top, like in Tower of Hell, you have a little thing here, so you can press it and you get money and you get teleported down. So make sure, yeah, you get the part, and inside it you're going to add a script, and this is what you're going to write. You're going to write local cooldown equals false, then you're going to make a local function, which is on touch, and then if you just want to copy down this whole thing, I can zoom in a bit more, there you go, and then make sure you add this last bit on line 19, script.parent.touched connect, and then no function, because that is the function, so connect on touch as the function, and it's not that, it's just the end one. So now that you've copied that down, make sure that is on both of them. And so for this to work, actually, we're gonna have to add in a Leaderstats script. So let's just close that. Go into service, and you're gonna add a script. This is going to be the Leaderstats script. So actually, we'll name it Leaderstats. Okay, so we're going to do, I think we'll just start with game.players.player added connect function, and then we'll just do player, then local leader stats equals instance.new. So this is just creating a new folder. I'm sure most of you know how to do leader stats by now. If you don't, there's a video on my channel on how to make a leader stats. So leaderstats dot name equals, make sure this is just leader stats, and we're just going to do leaderstats dot parent equals player, and that's it. And then you just want to do local money or local coins. Just make sure whatever you do, make sure you remember it, and then dot new int value. That can be a number value, but I guess it doesn't really matter. And then money dot parent equals leader stats, money dot name equals money. I'm just going to do it the exact same because it saves a lot of time. And then money dot value equals 0, which, to test a few things in the future, I'm just going to make 500. Okay, so just remember this or this. And so in this script, you're going to do player.leaderstats dot whatever it is dot value, and then this plus equals is just saves me from copying and pasting this onto the other side. So yeah, and then this is a cooldown. So when you touch this bit, you don't continuously get loads. Okay, so once you make sure that you've done that on all of it, we're just going to put both of these maps into, actually, just like as another bit, if you want to learn, this is This is the one for a laser. So like one of these red things when you touch it. So the touch is player, so player.parent.humanoid.health, then minus equals 10. Then change this to whatever value you want. Okay. So yeah, that's laser, that is the map, that's the spawn location, or the spawn locator kind of thing. So, yeah, I'll just use that throughout. Now we're just going to put these into server storage for now. Yeah, and that can stay. Okay, and now what we want to do is add in a data saving. Actually, I'll tell you what, we'll do this in a minute. Let me just label that. Now we're just going to have another script called map changing. Okay, so map changing, we're going to do local map1 equals game.serverstorage.map1, then local map2 equals game.serverstorage.map2. Okay, and so now we're just going to do local function map change, and then while true do, we're just going to have a wait there, and then map1.parent equals game.workspace, and now we're going to wait the amount of times, or the amount of seconds you want the round to be. So I'm going to have 120 seconds, so you have 2 minutes to get from the top, or get to the top. So now map1.parent equals game.serverstorage, and we're just going to map2.parent equals game.workspace, and then again wait 120 seconds, and then map2.parent equals game.serverstorage, and then it'll go back, so map1 will be, so that's fine. And we're just going to do, so when you spawn, map change. So as soon as you spawn, this will happen. Okay, so I think we'll just test that right now, just to make sure it works. Okay, obviously I'm not going to be waiting for 120 seconds, but it has spawned, and so if in future we have a problem, we'll know. And as you know, the Leaderstats has worked. So next we're going to add in a timer that counts down. So we're going to do it in map changing. So we're going to do, actually first we're going to make an event, a remote event into replicate storage, and we're going to name it timer event. So you're going to want to add in a number value into replicate storage and called game time. There we go. And so we're going to do local game time value. It's game.replicatestorage.gameTime. That's the value, and then local timer event equals game.replicatestorage.timer event, and then we're actually just going to do local game time, and this is just going to be a number value, so equals 120. So this is like so this is just the amount of seconds in the round. So now we're going to do another local function. It's going to be the local function timer, and now we're going to do while wait do, and then for I equals game time, which is this, so it's 120. 1 -1 do. Now we're going to wait a second, and then game time value dot value equals I. Obviously you could do I then seconds left, but I'm just going to do just I. Make sure if you do any of that, you do ... and then you start to do speaking and stuff. Okay, and then obviously we'll just do when you spawn, timer. There we go. Okay, so before we test that out, we're going to now make a... Okay, so into starter GUI, we're going to add in this called timer, and we're going to add this timer in the top. So add in a frame, and then 0.5, 0, 0.1, there we go. Then 0.25, 0, 0.15, there we go. Actually, that's fine. Maybe make it a bit smaller. Then use the Roundify plugin, which is very nice, makes it nice cartoony. And then text label. And then 0.5, 0.5, and then 0.5, 0, 0.5, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. There we go. And we'll do. It doesn't matter what you put in here. It doesn't matter because we'll be scripting in a minute, so it won't be this. Sorry, just to make it even, so I'm that kind of person. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to add in a local script inside of the actual GUI. And we're going to do, first we're going to just do local GUI equals script parent, and then local game time equals game.replicatestorage.gametime, and then local timer text equals equals GUI dot frame dot, then we'll just name this timer text, timer text. You can keep it as text label if you want, but I'm just going to do timer text. There we go. So game time dot change. So whenever it changes, whenever the value changes, what's going to happen is we're going to do timer text dot text equals game time dot value. So this text here, so this is why it doesn't matter, because this is just going to equal to the value in here, which at the moment equals to 0, but as soon as we start, it will equal to 120 and start counting down. So that is that script done. So next, if we want to test that out, we'll just press play and just see how this goes. And there we go, 120, 100, and then it will just start counting down. And then you have that long. Okay, so we're just going to move it down a bit. So game time, we're going to change this to 10. And so wait 10 seconds for each one, just to check it works. Okay. And if you can see like this, yeah, that's just the wait. It just makes sure it waits a bit so that the player is joined. Okay, 5, 4, 2, 1, and then there we go, it swaps. Okay. And now if I'm just going to get up here, and it is swapped again. Okay. So that does work, it just keeps swapping from one to another. Obviously it'll be 120 seconds, not 10 seconds, because I don't think that's possible. But a way to make it a bit easier is by adding a shop. And so I think we'll be doing that next in starter GUI. We're going to make a shop. So add a screen GUI and then just name it shop. And inside we're going to add in a frame, and this is going to be the open. So what opens the shop? So 0.1, 0, 0.5, 0. Actually, we'll make it 0.9, so it's down here, and 0. Actually, no, 0.1 is fine, and then 0.2, 0, 0.1, 0. Yeah, that kind of thing. Maybe 1.5, and then roundify 25. Blue. Oh wait. I think you have to change the colour first. Blue's fine, I like that, okay, and then we're going to roundify it, and so 25, oh I guess you can change it here, okay, I like that, that's fine. And now we're going to, I think we'll add in a text button here first, and then we'll, work on the other bits, 0.5, 0, 0.5, 0, then 1, 0, 1, 0, there we go, and we're just going to make that like that, and we're just going to name this shop, and make it to scale, white, and then okay, so next we're going to add in a script into the shop, the local script, and this is going to be what opens and closes this, so when you hit it, it opens, hit it again, it closes, okay. So it's just better than opening up, then pressing X, this way you can just, open up and open it and close it, so we'll do local GUI, just to start off, script.parent, and then local open button, and then we'll just name this, name is button, and then we'll just do equals GUI dot button dot text button, and then local shop equals GUI dot, we need to make this 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, there we go, 0.5, 0, 0.75, 0, there we go, and we'll just make this blue, very nice, plug in, roundify, 25, and then name this shop. We can do what we want in a minute with it. I'm just going to, okay, so now GUI.shop, and this we're just going to do value equals false, so this would be, so at the moment the value equals false, which means it's not open. So yeah, you can name that whatever you want. I'm just going to do value because it's much easier, much more simple. Then so open button, dot mouse button, one click, connect, and make sure open button, make sure that refers to the text button, not just the frame. So if you've just gone straight to the text button, make sure it, the end thing is a text button. So then open button dot mouse click, yeah. So now we're going to do function, and then if value equals false, you can also do it with you can change this to 0, so it's not, but I think false is a bit easier. I've used other things in the past, but this is fine. So shop.visible equals shop.visible. I know that sounds weird, but that's what it's going to be. And value equals true. Then else if value equals true, then shop.visible equals not shop.visible. We're going to try that out. We're going to test it. We're going to test to make sure it works. Okay, so that's count down, and then if we open it up and close it, open it up, close it, there we go, spam it, there we go. So that does work. And now we're just going to obviously make the shop, so make this visible, and then we're going to add in a text label. 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0, 0.075, 0, and then 0.3, 0, 0.15, 0, and then shop, and then there we go. Okay, now we're going to add a scrolling frame. Obviously you might not need it because you might not have that much stuff, but I'm just going to do it just in case I end up using yeah, just in case I end up using this space. There we go. Make it like that. And so inside this, obviously you can change the size. I'm not going to need that much, so I'll make it 1. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so the way this works, you add in a frame, and then you can, you pretty much scroll, and it's not there. This was actually kind of new. I mean, probably like, maybe not that new, but it was recent. It was fairly new. So 0.5 equals 0 equals 0.5. Actually, we'll just make sure we know where it is. So put it dead in the middle. Okay, so now we want to do 0.1, 0.15, and 0.2. 0.2, 0, 0.3, 0. There we go, that's fine. We might want to put it a bit more in the middle. That's fine, actually, at the moment. Might move it a bit more down, maybe to 2.5. And now with the scrolling GUI, we want to make it so it's so always, there we go. Yeah, so that makes it so it gets rid of this bit, and so it's even in between. Yeah. Okay. Now we want to roundify, and now we're going to inside it. Actually, we'll just name it low gravity, because that's what we're going to be doing. And then another frame named price. Oh. And then 0.5, 0, 1.15, 0. There we go. 1, 0.25, 0. Okay. Roundify again. Then text label 0.5, 0.5. 0.5, 0, 0.5, 0, and then 1, 0, 1, 0. There we go. And then label this how much, this is, so this will be the price. And then up here, if you just want to add in the text, actually text button. This one will be a text button. You could add an image. I'm not going to do that just yet, because it's more design. You guys can choose that if you want. And now 1, 0, 1, 0. Now it's going to do low gravity, maybe even low gravity. We'll see which one looks cooler. I know that is like that. Low gravity, that's pretty cool. Now I think we'll keep as low gravity. Yeah, you can do it more with it. Okay, so now we're going to add this local script into this, and before we write it, it's going to add in a boolean value, or a bool value, and we're just going to name it bought, so if you bought it or not. And so now we're going to do local. Oh yeah, this is not going to save, by the way. You could do a tool save if you wanted, but I don't think that's going to work with this. And the point of this one is that it changes the gravity until the next round, and so I'll show you how to do that in a minute as well. So before we get started, we'll add in another remote event that's going to be called low gravity. So local frame script dot parent, then local bought equals script dot parent, or I guess we could do frame dot bought, and then local player equals game dot players dot local player, and now local price equals 300, and then script dot parent dot mouse button one click connect function, and then if player dot leaderstats dot money dot value is bigger than or equal to price, as you can see here. I think it's just easier than if you want to change the price, you have to go through all of this, but this way you just have to change this one and the text label. And then and bought dot value equals false. So checking if this value is false, because if it's true, it means you've got it, so there's no point spending more money. Okay, so then game.replicate storage.low gravity fire server, then player.leaderstats.money.value, and then obviously the money bits is whatever you want to call your money or your thing. So now we're going to do equals to, sorry. Okay, so now we're going to do minus or equals, so it's just pretty much what this is just doing this equals that minus price. But an easier way of doing that is doing that. So just that's what that is, and then bought.value equals true. Awesome. Okay, so that's going to fire this server, which means now we're going to have to make a script that responds to the event. So inside service, we're going to make a script, and it's going to be called shop script. So now we're going to do game.local-storage.low-gravity.onServerEvent connect function. So local game time value, and this is important, just give me a sec. Then game time dot value, and then game.workspace.gravity equals 50, and then wait game time value. So it will wait for as long as, you know, for how long is left of the round, and then until it's game.workspace.gravity, then back to normal, which I believe is 196.2. Yeah, okay, as you can check here, 196.2. And obviously you can probably use this for loads of different things. I'm just going to do this at the moment. So I think that might work. So we'll just give it a go, and that's why I've given myself in Leaderstats. That's why I've given myself more money. But don't leave yet if this works, because I'm still going to do a data saving. So if I open this up, low gravity, it's bought. There we go. It's, as you can see, it's like, but then at the end of the round, it's back to normal. Okay. You can change this to whatever you want, 50, whatever. 0, I'll check what 0 is, but I have a feeling it's, I think it's just flying. I'm not actually sure. We'll give it a go. So if I want to buy it. Oh, I can't jump. Okay. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Yeah. So you don't want it as 0. You might want it as 1 or something, but I'm just going to do 50. You can have 2 different ones, so like slightly low gravity, but then no gravity or something like that. So you have it as 1, but that's fine at the moment. And now we're going to do data saving. So obviously the first thing we're going to do is local data store, which is game get service, and then data store service, and then get data store save data. I'm just going to name it save data, and then game. Actually, we'll just go to game.players.player added connect function. Oh, I don't know what's happening there. Okay, I don't know what that is. I don't know what's happening, but And then we're going to do weights, just to make sure it's all loaded. Then local player key equals ID player dot user ID, and then local save one. Depends how many saves you want. I'm just going to have one. So obviously, if you have another save, then that's fine. Get saved next. Get saved. Then equals data store get async player key. There we go. And then if get saved, then save one dot value equals get saved 1. Else local number for saving equals save one dot value data store get async player key number for saving, yes, number for saving. And then down here we do game dot players. This is for when they leave, so game dot players dot player removing. Connect function player, and then data store set async ID with a little I, and then player dot user ID player. Oh, apologies. Oh, sorry. Okay. Player dot leaderstats dot money dot value. There we go. And then that should hopefully work. And we'll just, I don't think we can really test it without going into the actual game, so if it doesn't work, give me a shout and I'll just see what's wrong. Okay. Apart from that, we're bought by that, and then so that means I can just jump from like this to this. Oh, there we go, and it's down again. Okay, so apart from that, we'll go back to map changing, make this 120, and I think I'm just going to make I'm just going to make that 121, so one more, just to make sure it doesn't lag as much, I think, so it's not like behind, there we go. Don't even have to change that. And then, so this all works, we're going to have to save this, and as you can see, if we need an API, so we'll name this Tom builds parkour tower. It's a tower for parkour. We'll make it by me, and then adventure. There we go. If we save now, okay, and now we can go to game settings, and we can go to security. Yep, and if we enable API, it's say enable studio access to game services such as data stores. Now if we save that, we shouldn't have an error, and it should save. So if I was to spend money on this, then it would save, so no, then it would, my money, if this gone down, would have saved. I can publish this if you want me to, but this is just like a quick video I thought I'd do. No, just because I know that some people want to learn how to make a game like this, so that's what I've done. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments, or join my Discord, and then you can give me your suggestions there. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.